Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, June 2nd, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I expand by keeping my thoughts focused on this present moment. And today we are still working through Grand Trine energy. So we still have these waves coming, these waves of emotions, these emotions that are carrying up stuff from the depths within ourselves. A lot of our shadows that we've kept hidden, those are rising to the surface. We are needing to deal with them by nurturing ourselves, by reaffirming our worth, by nurturing ourselves through this, and also realizing that there's also probably unconscious stuff that is coming up and being processed as well at the same time. There's consciousness and unconsciousness going on. What we have to do is be in the moment. Surf these waves, stay present with them, and do what you need to do for yourself. Show up for yourself. And that is actually kind of the focus of the day today. We have a Yod going on, a Saturn Yod going on. Now this is going to pass relatively fast because Mercury's part of this Yod, and Mercury's like, here 1 second, move on to the next. But this Yod involves the North Node in Leo, self-love, inner child work, showing up for that. It's all at 7 degrees, so it's about being in the flow. The other side of the Yod is Mercury in Gemini, which is making our thoughts race. But that's where we have to do that due diligence, that work on staying focused on this present moment. And it's all pointing at Saturn and Capricorn. Saturn and Capricorn reminding us of being in our purposeful energy, being on purpose, connecting to that soul, being responsible for that. And part of that responsibility right now is staying with the waves of this moment, staying with the waves of emotion, being willing to go there with yourself, being willing to be present with yourself, and again, being willing to nurture yourself, whatever you need in and through that. Now I want to show you, I have the exhaustion card. I have been exhausted, people around me have been exhausted, I have gotten messages from so many people saying that they're exhausted. That's part of the processing energy. I've said it many times in my horoscope, and I'm going to say it again. A lot of times when I am processing unconscious stuff, Spirit's like, I got to knock you out because your monkeys get in the way of you processing this. So if you are feeling that exhaustion, part of your work in and through this is your ability to allow yourself the rest that you need to process what needs to be processed at this time. Stay with the waves, whatever they are for you, in and through this. What is your personal responsibility at this time? How are you going to show up and love on yourself in and through this? And that's part of that North Node in Leo energy. Can you love on yourself in and through this energy? Take care of your inner child, but most of all, give yourself the love that you deserve and that you need in and through this. So that Yod is very significant today. Purposeful responsibility. The Grand Trine, the point of the Grand Trine today that is reaching its peak is that Venus conjunct Neptune, or not conjunct, sorry, trine, Venus trine Neptune. Venus in Cancer, you are worth the self-care that you need. Neptune in Pisces, bringing up the shadows of the past, bringing up old stuff. Conscious, unconscious, karmic, ancestral, past lives. There are so many different realms where Neptune works and is working all of this. So that's why your physical job is the self-care that you need to help you in and through this. And I also recommend getting yourself a friend to help process that. A little bit later in the day, the moon will shift into Aquarius. Let's see, it shifts at about 3 p.m. Pacific time. So before that shift, we'll have void moon energy, which can also feed into the kind of downturn in energy. Moon into Aquarius aligns us, attunes us with vibrational energy. Now that moon in Aquarius is actually going to meet up with Uranus. Uranus rules the sign of Aquarius. That's going to be at 0 degrees. So soon after that, neurons are going to start flying, kicking. It is a square. There may be some resistance. Again, your job today is to stay with the motion of the ocean. Stay in your flow, just like, waiting for waves, being a surfer, floating in the water. In fact, I do have this. Going with the flow. Be in the moment. And part of that is going to be being present and staying grounded. And that is going to go double after the moon shifts into Aquarius, because it can start like lighting the mental fireworks off. Still stay present. When you do that, you'll be able to tune in to the possibilities. Also, love this. We've got the Master and the Guidance. And look at that card. That card reminds me so much of this. Like, it really is about being in the flow, honoring your higher guidance. That's what's going to help you master and get through, even more so than master, get through these energies, because it's definitely been intense. All right, so that being said, I do have one more card, and I'm going to actually read this because this is very powerful. I pulled the Patience card from the Power of Love. It says you are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own rhythm. And I'm going to read the beginning of this because this just reiterates the scope. When you demonstrate patience, you're able to take a step back from the distractions of this physical dimension and live fully in the current moment. You are truly a divine being, and when you reside in your natural state of centeredness and calm, your perceptions and awareness are illuminated. You become painfully aware of how much precious energy can be wasted and misused in the service of fear and anxious anticipation of the future. Instead, as a healer, you need to take the negative energy of impatience and transmute it into the joy of knowing that all things happen in correct timing. So remember that as you move through these energies, as you flow, as you work with whatever is coming up for you. So that being said, speaking of all things in right timing, I have my 3 eclipses $33 sale. We have 3 eclipses this summer. That's a big deal. We usually only have 2 at a time. They usually come in pairs, but we get an extra. I told you at the beginning of the year, 2018 has no chill, and that is definitely seemingly true. So you can get that, GaiaBlooming.com, or you can email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. I am going to put out a State of the Astro reading. That is going to be coming up hopefully later today. I'm eventually going to move that over to Patreon, but I wanted to put it out there and just see how it goes, because it's something I've thought about doing for so long and just have never done. So be on the lookout for that. And with that, there is enough love in the world for you, and the better it gets, the better it gets. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.